Hello everyone, welcome back to my class. Today through this video we are going to look at the internal structure of the earth, and this is the second chapter of your geography named Inside Our Earth. This is going to be very interesting because you will notice the different layers in the interior of the earth, such as crust, mantle and core, and each of the layer has some special properties. But before proceeding towards the layers, let's study about the earth. The earth is our homeland because this is the only planet in the solar system where life is possible, because favorable conditions are present on the earth only in the form of water, air, atmosphere. Beside that, the earth is also called a dynamic planet. A dynamic word means that anything which has some energy or which is active. In the same way, our earth is also active. Earth is also having energy, and it is constantly undergoing changes inside and outside. Inside means earथ के अंदर भी और आउटसाइड अर्थ के सरफेस पर भी चेंजेस हो रहे हैं. That's why it's called as dynamic planet. Now you can see the pictures of these different landforms like mountains, mushroom rock, delta, sea arc and sand dunes. These are the different type of landforms which are the result of various activities like weathering, erosion, deposition, etc. And all these changes are taking place on the earth's surface. Whereas the second picture of volcano, now this activity is happening inside the earth surface. So the changes are going on the earth surface as well as inside the earth surface. That's why it's called a dynamic planet. Now, what lies in the interior of the earth? If you have ever walked around with peeling of onion, you would see that there are concentric layers. As you can see in this picture, in the onion there are several layers and one layer is inside the other. So, like an onion, the earth is also made up of several concentric layers, one inside the earth. It means that the different layers, they all the different layers have one common center, and one layer is inside the other one. See in this picture, these are the different layers. The first one is crust. This crust, the first outermost layer of the earth, and this is that layer where the landform exists, means where all the continents and ocean lies. Then the second layer, the second layer is mantle beneath the crust. See, this is the crust, outermost. Now after this layer is mantle, means crust के नीचे, and this is the second layer, and after the mantle the innermost layer is called core, this layer. So these are the three layers of the earth surface, crust, mantle and this core. Alright, now let's understand each of the layer in detail. Three layers of the earth: crust, mantle, core, and each of the layer is further divided into like crust is divided into continental crust and oceanic crust, mantle is divided into upper mantle, lower mantle, core is divided into outer core and inner core. And you will notice the differences between all these also, like continental crust is different from oceanic crust, upper mantle is different from lower mantle, outer core is different from inner core, Let's study and find out all those differences as well. Now, first, crust is the outermost layer of the earth and it is thinnest of all the layers. It means that each layer has thickness and crust is the thinnest of all the layers. Its thickness can vary from 5 kilometer to 35 kilometer depending upon the type of landform. Now, crust is of two types, continental crust and oceanic crust. Now, this continental crust is mainly made up of continents. This is made up of continents. Continents means the large land masses. So, continental crust means where the large land masses exist. And this arrow also pointing towards the land area. Now, oceanic crust. Oceanic crust means where all the water bodies resides. Means this oceanic crust composed of different large water bodies and that large water bodies are called ocean. तो it means कि oceanic crust वो है जहाँ पर oceans है और continental crust वो है जहाँ पर large land masses या continents हैं. Now, see the thickness of the continental and the oceanic crust. The thickness of the continental crust is 35 kilometer, but it's not same all over the earth's surface, all over the continents. It can vary depending upon the time of landform. As you can see in this picture also, like here the thickness is 35 kilometer, but here thickness is much less than 35 kilometer. This is also a part of the continental crust. The thickness can vary on the basis of landform. Means जहाँ पर mountains हैं there the thickness is more. Then the oceanic crust. Oceanic crust, let's understand what it is. Ocean के पानी के नीचे, this blue area is ocean and this ocean के पानी के नीचे जो land surface है that is called oceanic crust and the thickness of this oceanic crust is 5 kilometer. So this is the first difference between continental and oceanic crust. The thickness of continental crust is up to 35 kilometer and the thickness of oceanic crust is up to 5 kilometer. Now the second difference. In continental crust mainly two minerals are found, silica and alumina, and togetherly they are called Sial. Whereas oceanic crust, in oceanic crust we found silica and magnesium and togetherly they are called as Sima. Sial and Sima are basically the short forms of minerals that we find here. Sial stands for silica and alumina. Sima stands for silica and magnesium. And on that account, continental crust is also called as Sial layer and oceanic crust is also called as Sima layer. So this is the second difference between the continental crust and oceanic crust. Now, the second layer of the earth, that is mantle. It is the second layer that lies beneath the crust. Crust के नीचे, this white line, this area is of mantle layer and its depth is 2900 kilometer. Now see the comparison. The continental crust and the oceanic crust, that ranges from 5 to 35 kilometer only, and this mantle layer is up to 2900 kilometer. So this is the thickest of all the layers and it's also classified as upper mantle and lower mantle. And see, the mantle is made of viscous material. Now what is this viscous material? A viscous is basically a liquid which is very thick and sticky and which does not flow easily. Like water can flow very easily, but this viscous material which is present in the mantle layer, that cannot flow easily. होता वो लिक्विड ही है, पर वो उसकी इतनी फ्लोइंग कैपेसिटी नहीं होती ना। वो विस्कस मटेरियल है क्या? एक्चुअली when we move towards the center of the earth, the temperature increases as well as the pressure increases. So in the mantle the temperature is much higher than on the earth surface. So here whatever the rocks are present in the mantle layer, that are converted into the molten form which is called magma, and that is the sticky and thick liquid. Now it's this this mantle is also divided into two parts, upper mantle and lower mantle. Now see the differences between the upper mantle and lower mantle. This first thing you have to keep in mind that this mantle is actually the chamber of molten magma, because here the rocks are present in the molten form. That's why it's called as a chamber of molten magma also. Now in the upper mantle, a word is written that is asthenosphere. So this upper mantle is also called asthenosphere. Why? Because astheno means weak, and due to its weakness the magma finds the way to reach the earth's surface during volcanic eruption. This red portion here, this red portion means the molten magma, and this molten magma finds its way to reach on the earth surface through the asthenosphere. इसका मतलब कि जो अपर मेंटल और लोअर मेंटल है, इन दोनों एरियाज में अपर मेंटल जो है दैट इज वीक इन कंपैरिजन टू द लोअर मेंटल. इसीलिए जो भी मोल्टन मैग्मा है दैट फाइंड्स द वे टू रीच द अर्थ सरफेस ड्यूरिंग द वॉल्केनिक इरप्शन. And one more thing to be noted here, that this upper mantle and crust togetherly, these two, this is also called as lithosphere, and the thickness of this lithosphere is 200 किलोमीटर. एक तो अपर मेंटल को स्टेनोस्फेयर कहते हैं. सेकेंड थिंग, अपर मेंटल और क्रस्ट, इन दोनों को मिला के क्या कहते हैं? लिथोस्फेयर. दिस इज ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द डोमेन ऑफ द अर्थ सरफेस. नाउ कम टू द लोअर मेंटल. दिस लोअर मेंटल लाइज बीनीथ द अपर मेंटल, and this layer is responsible for all the volcanic and seismic activities. See, this is 200 kilometer and the rest is 2700 kilometer. So this lower mantle is 2700 kilometer in its thickness, and this layer is responsible for all the volcanic activities and seismic these waves. Now what are seismic waves? Seismic waves are waves of energy. These are energy waves that travel through the earth layers and are a result of earthquake, volcanic eruptions, large landslides, etc. And these waves are recorded on seismograph. अब अर्थ के अंदर भी क्या है? सडन मूवमेंट्स होती रहती हैं. अब वो मूवमेंट्स की वजह से क्या है? अर्थक्वेक आते हैं, लैंडस्लाइड्स होती हैं, वॉल्केनिक इरप्शंस होते हैं, और उनके दौरान जो एनर्जी वेव्स प्रोड्यूस होती हैं दैट आर कॉल्ड दी सीस्मिक वेव्स विच कैन बी रिकॉर्डेड ऑन सीस्मोग्राफ. So this is about the upper mantle and lower mantle. Now This is the difference between upper mantle and lower mantle, which we have done now. That upper mantle is called asthenosphere, and upper mantle and crust together called the lithosphere. The word astheno means weak, and due to this weakness, the magma finds way to the surface during volcanic eruption, and the thickness of the lithosphere is 200 km. Lower mantle. This layer is also responsible for all of the earth volcanic and seismic activity, because 2700 kilometer thickness is spacious area for the formation of such sudden natural activities that cause damage. Here the temperature is very high and the rocks are in molten state. Now the third layer, the innermost layer of the earth with a radius of about 3500 km. It is also divided in two parts, inner core and outer core. The mineral constituents which are present in the core. The two minerals are nickel and iron, and this is also called as knife. Here Ni stand for nickel and Fe stand for this iron, or ferrous also we can say. So it's also called as knife layer. But as the core is divided into two, inner core and outer core, so this you have to keep in mind that in the outer core both nickel and iron are present, but in the inner core the maximum amount of iron is present. See the temperature difference between outer and inner core. In the outer core, the temperature, the maximum temperature is up to 5000 degree Celsius, means 2000 to 5000 degree Celsius. The temperature has been recorded in the outer core. Whereas in the inner core, the maximum temperature is up to 7000 degree Celsius. Now this is the very important concept as well as the important question, that why is the inner core solid despite such high temperatures. This is one of the major difference between outer core and inner core as well. Now this is true that inner core is solid despite such high temperatures. We know that when we move towards the center of the earth, the rocks or the minerals are in the molten state, because that are converted into the liquid state because of the high temperature. So according to that concept, the inner core must also be in the liquid state, but it's not. It is in the solid state, and the simple reason behind it is because of the extremely high pressure on the inner core. Let's see how. See this diagram. This black dotted line shows that temperature and pressure is increasing inwards, and this arrow lines showing the pressure exerted on the outer core and inner core, and clearly it's written here that in the outer core the temperature is up to 4 to 5000 degrees Celsius, and in inner core the temperature is 5 to 7000 degree Celsius. The outer core is liquid and the inner core is solid. So the inner core of the earth is very hot, means the temperature is up to 7000 degrees Celsius, but side by side it is experiencing very high pressure also. The inner core is bearing pressure of the outer core, the pressure of the lower mantle, the upper mantle and the crust. So this inner core is bearing very high pressure, and this pressure is so great that the metals are squeezed together, the compressed together टू नोट टू बी अ लिक्विड. इतना प्रेशर पड़ता है इनर कोर पर कि जितना भी मटेरियल होता है, आयरन मटेरियल होता है इनर कोर में, वो सारा स्क्वीज्ड हो जाता है और वो सॉलिड में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है. सो very simple reason for this is that in inner core, the inner core is solid because of the high pressure. So this is the difference between the inner core and the outer core. You can read it by pausing the video here. Now some important facts related to all the layers of the earth. The crust forms only 1% of the volume of the earth. This we know that this is the thinnest layer. So it just contribute 1% in the volume. Then the mantle consists of 84% and it is the thickest of all the layers. Then the core makes 15%. And the radius of the earth is 6371 kilometer. Now this is the radius of the earth. It means we can say that if someone want to reach to the center of the earth, can it be possible? Means इतना डीप है अर्थ सरफेस, तो क्या वहां तक पहुंचना आसान है? The answer is no. And till now, the deepest mine in the world that has ever been dug is just 4 kilometers deep in South Africa, and engineers have dug it in search of oil. So forget about reaching the core and mantle. Although the scientists are trying to devise various possibilities and methods to get more and more knowledge about the inner layers of the earth. Now let's recap what we have done. The earth is made up of several different layers of material. The outermost layer is called crust, which is classified into continental crust consisting CR and oceanic crust consisting CMA. The next layer is highly viscous and called mantle, which is divided into two, upper mantle and lower mantle, and this mantle is thickest of all the layers, and its thickness is 2900 kilometer and forms 84% of the volume of the earth as well. Beneath the mantle, the core lies, which consists of knife, Ni nickel and Fe ferrous or iron. The outer core is in liquid state, whereas inner core is in solid state. And this is all about the different layers of the earth. Hope so all the points are clear to you. Thank you for listening me and subscribe my channel also. Stay tuned for the next video of this chapter. Thank you once again. Have a nice day.